That's a story. What year? 1989, 1990. Okay. I moved here from Pennsylvania in 1990 for a job after I graduated from college. And I was not meeting anyone at work, or I was attending a Methodist church, mostly older people. And so the pastor there encouraged me to start a singles group. And so I organized a date and put it out on, at that time, the Light FM. I believe he heard the advertisement.
I heard it on the Light FM.
The Light FM.
Yeah.
And I have the piece of paper where he jotted down.
I heard it and I wrote it down. I had it in my car. And I remember even staying out in the parking lot and saying, "This is crazy. I'm not going to go on here." And I did. But I swear there was somebody there that said that it was like, it must have been an angel there saying to go there, because I thought I was even in the wrong place. But I went, and
he was the only guy that showed up.
I was the only guy that showed up.
There was maybe 3 other women and me, or 4 other women.
So we did a couple.
The next week it was one of the women and us that went. We planned to go somewhere. The next week it was a different woman and us, and then
finally it just became us.
I just forgot about the singles group, and they're on their own. I got what I wanted. So.
We went to a Methodist church in Rehoboth. I went there my entire life. Nancy, we'd just been married not many years, and then we decided that we weren't growing there, so Eagles Nest was a growing church at the time, so we decided to move to Eagles Nest. This was probably 23 years ago. In 2013, we used to go for walks as a family together in the evening, and it was one of our typical walks, and we were throwing the football back and forth, and Nancy was throwing it to me, and I was walking backwards and pedaling backwards, and I tripped and fell, and my head hit the hot mix, and the next thing I knew, I was in Christiana, basically. I ended up, I guess, Nancy can tell the story at the site, what happened, because I don't really remember anything until the riding in a helicopter to Christiana. That's when I kind of woke up. I didn't really want to leave the hospital. When I left, they wanted me to get up and go to the bathroom and make sure I could brush my teeth and that kind of thing. And when I walked around the corner and looked in the mirror to brush my teeth, I was shocked. I didn't even know who I was, because nobody told me, but my face was black and blue. And it was just a total shock, and I couldn't walk at that point. But they wanted to discharge me, so they did. I went home, and for the next several weeks, I had to relearn how to walk and relearn how to basically do a lot of things. I mean, I could talk, but it was mainly walking and coordination.
Yeah, basically he had a severe concussion and a bleed also, and that's why at BB they said, we need to get you to Christiana in case you need surgery, because we don't have a neurosurgeon that can take care of that. So at that point, I had to, even though I knew in the back of my mind, I'd heard horror stories of how much a helicopter costs, so I just said, got to take him in case. Praise God, he didn't need the surgery. But they, the bleed stopped pretty much when he got to Christiana. But after that, when we went to a neurologist, or when he went to his primary care doctor, they didn't know, looking at the MRI or the CAT scan, they really didn't know what he was when he walked in, what he was gonna look like, because it was a big bleed and it was a big contusion. And they didn't know if he was, and now, since then, we've heard of people dying, hitting their head as hard as he did, not being able to think or talk, or literally learning how to walk again. And so it was just amazing that every time they'd be like, whoa, that's a big bleed, or we didn't know if you were going to be able to talk or walk, when we saw the actual test results. So it was pretty amazing that he has a full recovery and has no side effects at all.
God was just there the entire time. There was one point where I told Nancy that I'd felt useless and worthless, and that's when God told me that I wasn't, and I realized I didn't realize I was just feeling so. That was a low point, and there was just so many people praying for me, people I didn't know. They would tell me, and this went on for a long time, and through it all, I missed 6 weeks of work. I never missed a paycheck, never missed a bill. And being a homeschool family, that's kind of miraculous to me. God healed me from that, and just it just taught me I had to trust God.
I mean, I was actually healed too. I guess I don't know. I just need to just say it. But
Yeah, your testimony is better than mine.
before I had my first child, I was bulimic, and when I conceived her, before I even knew that I was pregnant, my bulimic episodes just ended immediately. And the doctor said, well, it's because you were concerned about, the health of your child. Well, I didn't know. I didn't even know I was pregnant for like 10 days, but it just stopped like that. And I hadn't really dealt with, God healed me and took it away, but I hadn't dealt with all the issues until after he fell. And then I started attending Celebrate Recovery. And so I've been able, over the past 6 years, I've been able to kind of dig into some of the things that were causing those behaviors. So just seeing immediate healing from God, but then gradual healing by working through the issues in Celebrate Recovery. And now I'm the women's leader there. So I never would have, if somebody had told me that the first time I walked in, I don't know what I would have said, but never saw that he would take me that far or take me to be the women's leader.
Just right around a year ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I had an extremely high PSA, which I ended up with having to go through radiation. And right now my PSA is down where it should be. It's non-existent, actually. This is another, God is, so many people have been praying for me for this. I couldn't name the number of people from this church, from my small group, from other people I know. I just can't name the number of people who have been praying for me. It's just been comforting to know that we're there. Our church is there for us, and that's how we get it through. That's how we got through. And right now, my numbers look all good, and we're getting ready to go on a trip to Mexico. So, so it's good. God's looking out for God knows what's going on in people's lives, and we just need to trust Him. And that's through all this. That's been my biggest takeaway is to trust God and learning that. And it's very difficult, but at the same time, it's rewarding when you see things happen that wouldn't normally happen.
Because our faith fluctuates. You have questions.
Yeah, questioning.
You're fine one minute, and the next minute, then there's questions and fears, and then you're taking it back, and so it's constant.
Like, why, God? Why is this happening to me? But then I keep hearing, well, just trust me. Trust me.
And He shows up.
And I do, and He shows up, and
But then we waver again.
Yeah. But the support from the church and our small group has just been amazing.